turns out we absolutely do. So if you say something funny, we'll see it. If you just give spoilers in the chat, I guarantee you ain't winning anything. That's for sure. But if you say something cool, if you're friendly and if you're active, then we'll see what we can do. What was really cool there, Harry, is that is what we call sportsmanship. forZe, they just suicided the knife rounds. So Dignitas get to choose what side they start on, because it's forZe's map pick. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
That was nice, though.
Nice guys.
forZe going for a little bit of a default to start their pistol rounds. Armor on every single player, so they are just looking to do damage here. forZe, having dropped the smoke to heap, has a kit to work with. But that's it when it comes to utility over on the CT side.
Sharpie playing the tunnel right now. Looks over towards window. holZerk's currently tucked up in there. Safe and warm under the cover of his mustache. So cozy. Have you ever noticed that that door is definitely not the right size for... where did that door come from? It isn't for the window. Way too big.
Was it for the doorway in jungle?
Maybe. Maybe, Kramer. Oh, Jerry. It's not a graceful spray from a Glock, but it'll do. An upgrade to the USP. May need reloading, as we are now in a 2 versus 3 in favour of Dignitas on the CT side. An attempt to plant the bomb. forZerk's going to foray on forward. Takes out the covering fire, but the bomb still gets planted, so this should allow for a force in the next round, but Dignitas will pick up the pistol.
That is a clean round from holZerk there. He had some nasty shots, and just like that, well, they have to put themselves on the board. 1-0 to lead on their CT side. Remember, this is forZe's map pick, so we are expecting them to take this. Bear in mind that Dignitas don't really have a very good win rate when it does come to Mirage. And when it comes to percentages as well, both teams have a favourment of their CT side, but not by much.
Norwegian barrier. That tickled me. That tickled me. We'll see if this is a Yahoo or a sad Mario sound, though. As forZe have got themselves quite a buy right here. 2 Galils, 3 Galils even. Not sure what Jerry has. Another Galil. Okay, 4 Galils. And a Scout.
Now holZerk in mid. The Norwegian Mario looking to defend his position, accompanied by Heap. The underpass split. The timing doesn't... Oh, it might just favour Heap here. Sitting above his smoke. Trying to bait forZe in. And with the bomb plant, they are going to go for a full buy here. Galil's Scouts. It's a fairly strong investment. Even though there is hardly any utility to work with.
Did I just hear a direct grenade hit on holZerk? Mama.
I think he was actually just shot.
Oh! holZerk ruins Kenzie. Sprays away at the Russian side. And forZe joins the chorus. Feels like Dignitas definitely have the upper hand here. 4 versus 2. They've only lost out on Freiburg, which was on the entry from Shalfie. And now after this force buy, forZe have some options to consider. Could always save the Galil and the Scout, but they are making some trepidatious taps towards A.
I would much rather see the save here. I think just economically it's a better choice. With only 13 seconds left, you don't really get as much luxury in positioning, and they'll just duck in. Dignitas go 2-0 up, but with for forZe, the Galil or Norway could be the main thing to watch out for, particularly when there's going to be an eco and a couple of pistols behind it to accompany it with a rush.
Nubage upgrading their sub from a Prime Gaming to a Tier 1 sub. Nice to see that Nubage is saving their Prime Gaming sub for me. Thanks, mate. Real nice.
That was a nice plug, Harry.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're allowed to plug ourselves, but that was a nice plug.
I haven't read the contract, man.
Ah, it's true. You could be in luck.
I
Over
didn't
mid,
get...
holZerk.
Oh, Zorte! What a shot! holZerk. That's definitely a Mamma Mia.
What? You know how Mario goes like, wow, when he dies? Can we just accompany every single... yeah.
That's what
Accompany
R2-D2
every
and
house like
Mario,
death.
admittedly.
Can we accompany every house like death with that?
I can do Yoshi sounds, but I don't know if
That
that really helps
works.
us here. Anyway.
That's actually really good. What? Where did that come from?
forZe moving on in, slays Jerry. It's a him! Fragio moving forward. Can't quite connect with Kenzie at the moment, but the smoke grenade should isolate them. Zorte at the moment playing from the top. It's more kills with a scout. He's an absolute monster. He's a demon, but forZe simply holds his nerve and holds the defuse. Dignitas grab a third, but not without significant loss.
Oh, what a round that was by... What a round that was by forZe there. Of course, Thunderpick, they've got a deal for you. For those of you who weren't watching our previous series, we'll explain the premise. Essentially, what's happened is the end of the fiscal year is coming up, and Thunderpick needs to get rid of as much money as possible. So you go sign up over at Thunderpick by clicking the banner down below, or the link in the chat, and if you deposit 40 euros, they'll just give you 40 euros. They really need to get rid of this cash, and you guys are their only hope to do that.
Help me, new Thunderpick users. You're my only hope. Signed, Thunderpick. Oh, okay, Freiburg. Not the ideal reaction time right there. Had a little bit of a mental lag. It's okay. YouTube buffering symbol cycling in his eyes. forZe cycling a new round into the chamber after one connects with Jerry's torso. Dignitas weighing up their options here. Don't seem to believe that it's entirely all about A. What was that?
That's a clean
I didn't even
shot.
see Selfie.
My
X-ray.
God, Halzerk, he is here to play, Harry. Kenzie, gonna try to put an end to that. Oh, that's a big
Casey's
whiff.
not here to play. You have left Mario alive, and now he's gonna rescue the princess. forZe is not the princess. forZe continues to clear CT. Worried about the potential of Norway or Kenzie still existing in this space. It'll be a battle through the hole. Who has greater command of the hole? It's Kenzie.
Now, a push out through short here. Electro with that secondary AWP, and unfortunately, Harry, a double AWP setup, it can be pretty bloody expensive. We look at Dignitas' economy, they just don't have one.
They have lost so many players, even across the 3 rounds they've won. Like, I think that only forZe survived round 2, and maybe only forZe survived round 3. There might have been a couple more players. At any rate, the economy has somehow shifted a little bit more in favor of forZe, despite having only won 1 round so far.
You're absolutely right, and with a... I was like, look at that shot there. That is just nasty. Just nasty. Really, really strong stuff. And now we have forZe with their first round on the board, and Dignitas down to just pistols and armor. Lekro still has that AWP to use. I'm surprised he hasn't dropped it to Halzerk, though.
This is my AWP. Same for you. Move aside, Mario. Let me show you how the boss does it.
forZe will take a bit of early damage. Lekro kind of been zoned by this mid-aggression here. The connector controlled forZe. Right now, the world's becoming their oyster because Dignitas haven't really put up a defense of any of these positions. The utility, I mean, it tickles Shalfie. That's about it. He even pushes across the stairs. This is so aggressive.
May become exposed as the smoke begins to de-bloom. But still. forZe spots it, then de-escalates with the deagle. Reports back the information. forZe will play their life instead of trying to play the gunfight.
forZe going to get that bomb down, and for Dignitas, it may just be another save.
5-man save. Oh, never mind. Lekro Moving on in. The AWP gets a kill at range. Admittedly, that was on the lurk. So, Dignitas, they can huddle up once more, grab an AK, use it to mop up their tears, have a little cry on B side. No dramas. Would you say the A site or B site is more tactically viable to have a little cry and hug on?
Oh, B site. It's a bit closer range. You can cuddle up and cry on B. Whereas A's a bit more open. Yeah, exactly. You can go
buy comfort food.
Stressy. Yeah, exactly.
Any Ben and Jerry's and saves?
Maybe that's why the terrorists are here. This is the only shop that sells Ben and Jerry's in Morocco.
we must take down the Ben and Jerry's capitalist pigs.
Say that aloud is actually funnier than it probably is. Trying to equalise.
Their dairy imperialism will not stand.
We can't have Ben and Jerry's holding a monopoly over Marrakesh. Also boosted up. Gonna try and pick into connector. Dignitas, the timing does slightly favour them, but once again, Dignitas, this mid control from forZe is proving really hard to break out. I mean, they're going for these nade stacks, but they're just not really working.
forZe thus far, they've been pretty clean with their gun duels. And freiburg might try and get a little bit of initiative here, bring the fight to them. Suffers a couple of ticks of damage from the Molotov, but they're rewarded for their brazen play. They hit onto Kenzie, and a confirmed frag as well. Fatalism takes hold as forZe are down a man.
That they are. Being down a man is something they've been in a fair few rounds, actually. halZe particularly has done a wonder in getting these entries. freiburg close to connector, good for one. He should hear the secondary player as well, but he spots the third, but ammo proving to be his biggest killer here, as Jerry's left in the 1v4.
freiburg, though, picking up 3. That's huge, especially when the rest of their team are looking to just upgrade AKs from Deagles. That's a big economic plus for the side of Dignitas. What a round, and it's all off the back of freiburg.
Really strong round off the back of freiburg, and something to highlight with that is that means that every player of Dignitas now has had a sort of standout rounds, apart from Heap, who was of course playing over on B, the more quieter of the bomb sites until the rush comes. As forZe, once again, no change in their defaults here, as this time it's just an extra player sent over to away, only for halZe to end their suffering.
halZe finally puts an end to that. And Lekros finally released the AWP as well. Fine. You can have it back. I've had my fun. Kind of sad that halZe doesn't have his head wrap on in his picture. I like his head wrap beard look.
His head wrap beard look? I was
like he has on HLTV.
Oh, right. Yeah, he does. I thought you were talking about halZe and you want him to have that sort of hat that Mario has. Okay, well, caught up with our wrong metaphor.
Any chance at UCC, you know, like, I think PGL did for, like, Carrigan with the Batman mask? Yeah. No, that was Blast. Yeah. Any chance we can get halZe a Mario hat in the UI later on?
We are messaging production right now.
That's on the cards. halZe's on the floor. Norway responsible for that one with a beautiful supporting flash from Zorte helped to make it happen. Dignitas, despite being able to win it off the back of a half buy in the previous round, forZe, they still seem pretty clean on their A entries. They've got so many plants over here on this site in forZe, they've barely paid any heed to B thus far. Alas, only 3 members of the Russian side remain, and 2 of them are barely clinging to life by the tips of their fingers. Lekros removes one of the low health members. Zorte doesn't have too much cover. Plays in the middle. Looks over towards CT. It's a miss. The downwards flick isn't strong enough, and he comes around from the back. Kenzie simply can't take the duels, and there'll be plenty of time to defuse with the kit. Dignitas continue their CT streak.
We've sent the pleas out to production, so hopefully we can get a Mario hat on halZe.
Please, I need myself a Mamma Mia.
You need yourself some pretty cool codes, because when you sign up over at Thunderpick using code Katowice22, you do !Katowice in the chat. And of course, remember, fiscal year taxes are coming in. Thunderpick needs to get rid of that cash, needs to get those assets floating, or they're going to get nuked by, I think Thunderpick, are they Russian? By the Russian Tax Federation.
No,
and
only Zeus can tax Thunderpick.
So they want to avoid the wrath of Zeus. They're getting rid of as much money as possible. Anywhere from 20 to 200 euros you deposit will just be doubled by them.
That's pretty mamma mia.
That's
forZe.
pretty mamma mia.
On a scale of 1 to mamma mia, that's definitely towards the top. Kenzie catches a headshot from forZe, who continues to dominate in the lobby. 5 and 2 at the moment. Not too bad at all, mate. It really does feel like forZe are just drilling. This is like a scrim, man. Today we're going to be working on our A site takes team.
A is easier to take as a bomb site, but it's also categorically easier to retake. forZe and Halzerk, though, they may disagree with you. Halzerk flicks close, but not close enough. forZe, they make it their third. For Dignitas, though, the last couple of rounds mean they can just about buy. My concern for them, though, is we're not going to be seeing that AWP come out.
Replay. I think they actually. Oh no, they don't get saved. When I saw Shalfie's HP, I thought they got saved because it like wallbanged through that little piece of iron in the fencing. That would have been an absolute tilter. You'd be so tilted you'd turn upside down and become an Australian citizen.
I'm glad Gamer Jimmy has kindly offered to take all of Thunderpick's money so they can dodge the tax. Thanks, Jimmy.
Jimmy,
sure
the hero we need.
To look after everything.
It's like a DEFCON 1 situation at the Thunderpick accountant's office. It's like, we need to do something, men. We need to call in the big guns.
One of his monitors
Someone
go down.
Call Jimmy.
He's out of Red Bull. He's at his final straw. There's empty packs of cigarettes all around him. He's like, I can't do it anymore. I need Jimmy. They get Jimmy in.
We need to get Jimmy in here.
All the funding's hidden.
Oh, Dignitas.
Oh, man.
Have we seen Dignitas take an eco yet?
No, we have. Yes, round 2 or 3. When they lost their first buy round because they went for the double up setup and it hurt them economically. But Zorza and Halzerk deposit bullets into one another's knees, one step closer to being Robocop. They're not quite there yet. Mario's not his final evolution. As forZe continue their mid-control.
A battle for the apartments here. Lecro. Did they just fake a reload? Julio.
Try and bait Shuffle through that smoke.
Shuffle doesn't take the bait. Waits for smoke to clear. Could give themselves a jiggle peek here. But Lecro isn't going to hard watch it.
If I see a hit to B, and on the jump spot, forZe is ready with the bait and switch for Lecro. Just a matter of time, though, before forZe reveal themselves. It's a well-timed smoke by forZe. As the attack comes, Lecro, he just backs off, he hides. Shalfie, he's going to regress here, and it's going to completely catch forZe off guard.
Lecro overwhelmed in the end. Jerry, the second man through the breach. And the next one to deliver the AK bullets. Now Heap, what can they do? They can do plenty of damage to Shalfie. Finish him off, in fact. Halzerk as well. Adds to the kill count now. 3 versus 2. Dignitas have a good chance to retake here, but it's a mono-directional push. Everyone coming in from the shops, from the market. They don't have control of elsewhere. But they do have Zorte. Incredibly low. Kenzie's already been noted. The AWP is good. Zorte hits Freiburg. And now Dignitas are working with limited assets, but they do have a 2v1 to try and leverage. Halzerk faster on the draw when it comes to the AWP.
They're beaten, battered, and bruised, but Dignitas are able to close out the round. 6-3 they now lead, and for forZe, bearing in mind their side, who don't really have a preference what side they play on, they're going to try and keep it a little bit even. The bomb plant will mean they can just about buy next round, but it wouldn't surprise me if we see Pistol's armor. Let them play it safe and see if they can get that AWP once again out on Zorte.
Halzerk on an Odyssey right now. Lots of entry kills. Shalfie's coming for the title, though. We're able to have a look at the old buy from forZe in just a second. We do have an AWP on Zorte, so big investment.
Utility wants to get planned. Yet though, as they continue to try and find an opening, it's not looking great for this side.
Freiburg has to try and repel them with only an MP9. Ideally, they want to try and find themselves some close contact here, and that's what they're tucking in for the moment. That's a good spray onto Shalfie. However, the jumping danger of the Tech 9 overwhelms. Not that good against the AWP, though, at this range. Definitely an advantage to forZe. And remember, not a huge amount of smokes here as well to try and help out the execute. Zorte, they could be in big trouble. They are deep on the site with an AWP that they need to be able to extricate in a tough situation.
And it is. With how's showing now Zorte, at least Norway in a 1v3. I want to see him save here. Like, find a gun and save it. Fortunately, not an option because of Let Crow, but the force of that round was mainly just to get it out the way. Allow yourselves to set yourselves up with a full buy, move to the 11th round, and hope you can topple Dignitas. Because with Dignitas, in the rounds they've been winning, people have still been dying. Their money still ain't great. forZe particularly, only 150 bucks in the bank.
That's not much. I mean, forZe could have 300 bucks in the bank if they deposited it at Thunderpick and used code Calavita22 there. I am a professional economist, Grammar. Mathematician. It runs in my blood. I have calculators instead of hands. Which explains why I play CS so badly.
The numbers, Harry, what do they mean?
They mean that Dignitas have a significant lead here. 7-3. Certainly pretty happy with how this CT side has gone so far. Zorte wants to challenge. AWP versus AWP, no double at the moment for Dignitas, despite Lycra having shown some previous predilections towards using the AWP themselves.
Now they have Halzerk. Nice CT.
Oh,
clean kill there, and it's
goodness.
another opening. Halzerk is playing incredibly effectively at the moment. And for forZe, remember, this is their map pick. They wanted to be here.
Hall 4 versus 5 Zerk. What a guy. Avoids the flash. Shalfie cannot avoid the shot. Hall Zerk is taking over this lobby, and there's nothing forZe can do to stop them. Norway remains alone. $50 in the bank. So many even brought down to 0 on the side of forZe. Norway needs to get something going here. At least can take out forZe. And forZe was low as well when it came to the cash. Recovered AWP. Surely you don't challenge Halzerk again. Not again. You guys have all learned this the hard way. But I guess class is still in session, baby.
Oh, and Halzerk, he is not afraid to throw the chalk at you if you're not listening. Dignitas, this is a hugely big established now.
Beats me with erasers.
Yes. You look at the comparison. Halzerk versus Jerry. Jerry, of course, the top fragger for forZe at the moment. And, I mean, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? 147 ADR. Bugger me, Halzerk's playing well. If this is consistent, Harry, forZe don't really stand a chance.
Mamma mia. This is, not looking great for the Bowsers. Oh, hello. Got ourselves a collection of AWP kills. Mostly Halzerk, I imagine, but we'll have a couple of sprinklings of forZe and perhaps Lekra in here.
Halzerk, Harry, he's just built different. Like, he's just built different. Yeah, to be honest, we should have expected it when Dignitas picked up not only a character, but a main character of the Norwegian Mario.
Man, the licensing fees alone most of the Dignitas CS budget for 2022.
Just on getting halZerk in.
Do you know how much it cost to lease that mustache?
They take it off and give it back to Mario afterwards.
No. I can't shave it. It's a rental. Sony and Eco for forZe. But what they can do is try and overwhelm halZerk. Wonder if he will break underneath the pressure. In terms of utility, a singular flash in the hands of Kenzie. It needs to be delivered well, and at the moment it looks like Kenzie's looking for maybe an overbuilding throw to try and blind halZerk or anyone else who happens to be guarding B. Here it comes. Oh, it's a full blind on halZerk. That means you can get through the window, but you can't get past forest. Uncharacteristic miss. But that's going to be short-lived, even shorter-lived than forZe in this round. forest walks over 3, halZerk with 2. Reinforcements? I don't need them.
There isn't a single player on Dignitas who I think has cleared 10 kills. Like, forZe this round hits 10. In fact, does he? No, he doesn't. No one's cleared 10 kills, and halZerk's almost on 20. Holy. He's like so well. And I think Thunderpick, they've identified that Mario is a man you cannot underestimate, as they rate the odds about 3.5 to 1.
Just going for
forZe, they've just written off mid. They don't want anything to do with it. They're allowing underpass to do most of the work here.
Shelfie lies in wait. And halZerk, a patient beast. Find themselves within a smoke. Dignitas, they don't feel the need to really do anything too creative here, Grandma. They have a very comfortable lead, and the onus is on forZe to do something extraordinary, to surprise them.
A company heat for this defensive jungle here. forZe may be called to action fairly shortly. Luckily for him, Freiburg is in CT, but with halZerk still in rotation, the frag count may not go in favour of Dignitas just yet.
Busted up against the wall, Freiburg tries their best with the regular M4A4 to get something done. Alas, it's Heap who shows up in the kill feed once again. Joining their friend. Where's halZerk though? 3 players actually coming in from this singular CT angle. Might be a little bit mono-directional in terms of the retake, but it doesn't matter when they win every duel that they're faced with. The Krieg is on deck, Kramer, and that's what I like to see. And the Krieg gets its first. Even more, please. Show me the Krieg supremacy, but you've got to take down halZerk fast. It doesn't matter. They were just holding it down, Kramer. Sit within the smoke, have a little fiddle with the bomb, and take that C4 away. Dignitas, 5 rounds in a row, and forZe are looking a little bit stumped.
At least Heap has been able to clear 10 kills. Someone's been able to do it. Of course, for those of you who are wondering, why are we keeping a look at the chat? Well, I'll tell you why, because in just a moment, we're going to give away a skin. So say something interesting in the chat, maybe a joke. Whoever it was who said the first comment about halZerk being Norwegian Mario, I wish I remember. I wish I saved that.
I think their name began with G, and it was a green name.
Yeah. So
identify
show yourself. Step into the light.
Oh my. forest and halZerk, they have no mercy, even against the AKs. So brazen. So audacious. forZe, top 20 team? We've never heard of them, say Dignitas. Who, Megalon?
Everyone now say it was me.
I think it actually was Guy Legacy.
Where is it? I just can't find them in everyone saying it was me.
The green name, Kramer, the green name. Actually, it might not be green for you.
It's orange.
Oh, well, it's green for me.
Yes. I wish either of us had a mod so we could check this.
But then we wouldn't get timed out by Nightbot for speaking in all caps.
Everyone's saying I'm Spartacus. That's really funny. That was
I think it's Guy Legacy. Give it to him.
Guy, guys. You're getting yourself a skin, bud.
Congratulations. You have earned this via Norwegian Mario.
Yeah.
And
for those of you who
subsequently
complain
annoying
about
half a chat who didn't like our Mario references.
Yeah, for those of you who don't like us talking into the chat, you're probably not winning a skin now. That's the price you pay for being a dick.
Do you regret it? Kenzie certainly regrets his life choices at the moment. In comes the kill squad. 4 versus 1, and Kenzie can't kill any of them.
Dude, yeah, our production, we've been so hellbent, guys, so getting you to win this. Our production, I think, is one of our alt accounts.
It's true.
Dignitas trying to make it
CSGO
12.
installed.
Yeah, falls with a couple, bit of a rush to be here, and it's actually
What?
caught Lecro off guard. He's good for
They
one.
can't
Yes,
catch
he
a
only
break,
gets
man.
one. No one's rotated from Dignitas. This is a huge blunder.
No, Forrester said don't rotate. I've got this. He does not, in fact, got this. forZe next up on the plate.
Problematic.
Don't worry, guys. I've got this. I don't want any of you really starting to close this kill gap, so if you could all just stay behind and let me farm up these guys, that'd be real nicey.
Firebug onto 1. Kenzie and Jerry now the 2-on-3.
This is must win for forZe. Surely you can't
It
go 12 and
absolutely is.
3. This is their map. This is where they have the big advantage.
Oh!
And Kenzie grabs themselves 4 in the round, just about digging forZe out of the hole and into the ditch.
Yeah, I mean, it helps, but, like that... It's still 11-4, Harry, on your opponent's map, on your map pick, even. forZe, it helps, sure, but is this a way out? You know, how do you beat Kalzerg right now? He's got double the kills that anyone on forZe could even begin to combat him with. He is having a nasty game right now, and, well, for Dignitas, sure, Freiburg, Lecro, they don't have to play well. They got Kalzerg to do it all.
I mean, to a degree, I think there's a world where, I mean, Freiburg's deaths are a little bit concerning for a CT, but they were playing in hell a lot. But for everyone else, there is the real capacity that with the lack of deaths for people like Heap and Lecro, there are only so many T's you can kill per round, Kremer. And Holzerk is being a little bit greedy today.
He is. He needs to step back, let his teammates have a bit of fun with it. And there you go, buddy. You get yourself an AK-47 safety net. That's a pretty cool skin. Congratulations, Guyless Guy, for being funny. Of course, those of you in the chat are wondering, how do I enter a giveaway? It's very simple. You just talk in the chat. If we see your name in the chat, we like what you've said, you get a skin. It's really that simple. For Dignitas, 11-4, so they look to defend this mid bush.
Aggression from Shalfie and from Kenzie, both are equally punished. Yes, Dignitas, they believe in collective punishment, and they mete it out with extreme prejudice.
Also, 2 players down. Essentially 3 if Jerry can't get a kill here, and Halzerk, man, just tears through him.
Sheesh. Looking for that last CT. He's over on A, boys. Over in the palace. But there they go hunting. I mean, you should hunt for the guys in the palace, you know? Eat the rich and all that. Should be the first place you clear his tees.
Zorte backs off, saves his armor. Be an easy upgrade next game, or next round even, but that's about it. They're in such an uncomfortable position right now when with that, Dignitas, a clear 12th is going to emerge for him. It's 12-4. forZe. This force buy has to work, or they're in deep, deep trouble.
Must win, Kramer. forZe, they can't be staring down the barrel of 13. Not at the beginning of their CT side. Then Dignitas only have to squeak out a couple silly rounds here and there, cycle the economy a couple times. If they lose this force, Dignitas should be easily able to grasp maybe 14.
You're absolutely right. Remember, this is forZe's map pick. This is the map Dignitas are worse on.
Yes,
this is bad.
Statistically a pretty poo map for them.
Granted, statistically, I don't think you anticipate Mario to show up, so...
That's true. No one accounted for the Holzerk Odyssey. Nor we, though. Clean with the Deeg, and Shalfie appropriates a Galil. Thanks for the loot, mate. He's playing Borderlands. Low at the moment. Oh, finds himself a lovely timing on Heap, and that was the must-win for forZe. They are rewarded. And upgrades to the AK for both Zorti and Shalfie. It's for Holzerk show, dude. That is such a screenshot right there. Someone tweet Holzerk this. Mamma mia.
This is definitely a...
Game of the year, 7 years running. Super Mario Brothers 2, baby.
And forZe, with their full buy, actually, it's a fairly good buy, all things considered. Dignitas, they go to pistols and armor on their own accord, and the fact that forZe have been able to boast 5 rifles may mean shutting this down pretty easy.
This is where forZe can really start to build up some feel-good frags, some confidence. But even with the AKs they looted from the previous round, their finances are still in rough shape. This needs to be as clean as they come for forZe. A top 20 CS team. The best team in the tournament by statistics. And this would be a good time to start to prove it on their own map pick.
That it is. Dignitas. Gotta be so careful here. He'll throw it out. Zorti. Oh, that's clean. That's very bloody clean.
And only now Kremer does for Smoke Bloom. They stepped ahead of the arc. And they were bloody well punished for it. Lecro now, having himself a sad little stare at the bomb. Come to me, my pretty. Together we can do great things. Or terrible things. Depends on your point of view.
Terrorism is just subjective. You're right, Harry. It's a bit...
Your words, Kramer.
It's a crime of opinion.
That's a quote that's going in your Liquipedia casting wiki. That's a lovely swing from Lecro. Someone update Kramer's Liquipedia right now as Lecro hits the ground dead. Norway lies in wait. And forZe. They dropped what? One person here? Not too bad.
Yeah, they did. A really strong round, actually, and for Dignitas falls to the eco, forZe, that'll be 6. Is there a world where forZe come back, Harry?
I mean, if any team can. forZe certainly have the mental stability to make it happen, and the CT side is pretty bloody strong. Not like they have to prefer it, but it's definitely a little bit more reliable.
For the eco, Dignitas, they're fairly spread out for an eco. And it's just the same pitfall that T's fall into, that CTs do as well. I would much rather see the CT side go for, on an eco at least, a gamble stack. Same for the T's. Either Palace Waterfall, dive out from B. If it doesn't work, sod it. You know, it's an eco. You're not expecting to win it anyway. And with that, forZe. It's Jerry to hide at this close angle, while he prepares a bit of a defense.
Oh, Shadow Daggers have both of them in the overlay now when they get pulled out by forZe. Nifty.
It's an upgrade. But it doesn't show
Yes.
both Berettas. It doesn't show both Berettas when you dual wield them.
I think it does now. I think they updated it very
We
recently.
updated it. Ah, okay.
We have updated it, and forZe is currently updating the roster sheet of Dignitas. They now have no players left.
Yeah, all of which in the grave. In the ground.
That's some very zealous
16 under.
Wikipediaing.
That is very much it. And as we look at the player comparison, halzerk still categorically doing better than kenzie. However, his 150 ADR has slipped a little bit to 111.
Pathetic.
This is disgraceful.
We're definitely in Mario Teaches typing now. We are past the Mario Galaxy. We're in the wild hinterlands. Raving rabbids and whatnot. The match is paused. Check out the top right. Make sure you're staying active in the chat, guys. You don't want to be getting too inactive. Get that blood flowing. Make sure you hydrate yourself. And remember, guys, if you are looking to bet on CSGO, you should really check out our partners over at Thunderpick, but only bet if you can afford it. And, of course, if you are over 18.
Absolutely right. And with a tough position now for Dignitas, they've worked so hard to get a lead, and it's slowly being, well, stomped by forZe. With 5 rounds in contention, 5 rounds being the deciding factor now, I can't help but think that if forZe are able to continue this momentum, bear in mind, they have a lot of money. They can risk doing these hybrid aggressive plays because they're going to be able to reinvest should it go wrong. Dignitas, they don't have that safety net. It's going to be disciplined, reserved stuff because they don't want to risk losing that round advantage they have. But unfortunately, that means they can't do anything wild. forZe, they at a stage where they can start reading Dignitas.
Jerry, the only player without a substantial amount of money in the bank. kenzie lies in wait at the window. But will they see anything substantial is the question. Oh, they might hear a drop there from Heap. This might call a little bit of extra attention over. Go, Kramer. Your Twitter has been updated.
I know, he had the wrong guy the whole time.
Now the death threats can be sent to the correct address.
Ah, splendid. Oh, he's going to boost forZe up there. That's a very clean kill. And while it is traded, forZe, he's not going down without a fight, Harry. He's really not going down without a fight.
2 kills. It's so painful for Dignitas. Even when they feel like they have the advantage, they have the execution. Finally, Heap gets a 1 versus 2. This is the best chance that Dignitas have had in a while, but kenzie lies in wait, takes the swing, clean as they come, embarrasses Heap.
That they do. A comeback's on, Harry. You can smell that. Smells like victory.
You smell what the Russians cooking.
I imagine they're cooking potatoes and brick. What was the standard Russian meal?
Borscht.
Vodka. They're making homemade vodka. It's bathtub vodka. That's the smell. That's why your eyes are watering.
That is presumptuous and rude, Kremer.
Yep. I do apologise, but homemade vodka does make your eyes water. 4 rounds separate 2 of them now, and for Dignitas, they don't have a bye, Harry.
No, they do not. Deegs, a Glock, a Tech 9. However, they have made it onto A site, so there is a silver lining. Jerry begins to wait before trying their luck on the sprays. The bomb has been planted. That's a little bit of bonus money for Tech 9, though.
Oh my God!
Do you believe in the magic of a Tech 9? Akio AK Zorte overwhelmed after taking a shot. This might be embarrassing here for forZe, but Norway's arrived on the scene and Norway is keen to kill. 2 already. The AWP elsewhere. halzerk lies in wait. But Shalfie platforms up. It's like, Mamma Mia, this. Shalfie holds for defuse. Oh, and the AWP's lost as well. That is unfortunate for Heap. That might have been after time as well, so could be troublesome.
You still get money if the bomb is planted and you die after time.
Ah.
Something to highlight though is that shouldn't have been as close as it was. Dignitas, they do a really good job damaging forZe there, but damage can only go so far. You know, their economy has already got the 4 rounds on the bounce and cash injection. We see that now. You know, Kenzie's still over 6k, zorZe on 5k. This is all post-buy, by the way. So these guys are going to have about 2 or 3 buys in them before Dignitas are actually able to topple them, at which point Dignitas would be hitting that 13th. For Dignitas, though, the money that is invested goes to a full buy. halzuk gets that AWP out, and it's weird to say when you're talking about the top fragger, but halzuk really has slowed down in the second half.
Moving on to round number 22, Kremer. And forZe, they've certainly looked so much better on their CT side. Dignitas only managing to walk away with the pistol. Even then, forZe's force up could destroy Dignitas's buy. What can Dignitas change here in order to try and mix up the tempo? Sure, when they go fast, things work well, but are you really as willing to go fast when you've got so much more to risk?
Well, on topic of aggression, Jerry just dives down underpass there, shutting down Heap. forZe now can't really risk peeking underpass because he's alone. There could very well be an AWPer there expecting him, and there is an AWPer there, but zorZe, his focus was in mid. Dignitas almost shoehorned over to A now, where their defense has to be pitched. You may notice a smoke there in the center of the site. Kenzie did whiff his. Don't worry, we saw that. And
no, it's to obfuscate the plant, man, so that you can just try your best to spam away. It's more satisfying when you kill a plant without seeing it.
Ah, I see. It's preemptive. Dignitas, their execution is going to come with default smokes, and while forZe, judging by their positioning, mainly listening to connector, it will be a retake setup over on A. Question is, do they wait for Norway to accompany them before they try and probe for this first kill?
Kenzie. Oh, the boost. That's a lovely gap in the smoke. This is huge. Shalfie's getting freebies right here. But still, they can't stop friberg getting the bomb plant. friberg does that with so little health remaining. And now forZe, they're the ones who have to make the move. But it's a wide diaspora of post-plant positions from Dignitas. This is their best chance yet to pick up a round after the pistol. The entry here from Kenzie. Slow, methodical, and well cleared. Will they look up to the top of brick stack, though? For the moment, unchecked. Nobody's seen. Nobody hit until friberg will fall on down. halzuk gets removed as well. It's the Palace player that remains in the end. zorZe stares it down, though. It was going to be a challenge of a retake in a 4 versus 4, but forZe are so clinically efficient to get 3 people out of there.
An insanely good retake from forZe there. And that is... I would argue that's flawless. Yes, you lose a player, but to go into a 4-on-4 retake and not expect to lose a player is kind of optimistic. Really strong stuff from forZe there. And someone in the chat hardened it beautifully. Dignitas, they don't go aggressive in the afterplant. They just back off and they play off the site. And it means that forZe have all the space in the world to just set up and push. For Dignitas, peeking underpass. So wary of this position after the atrocities that Norway was able to commit to Heap last round.
Oh no. Norway has been absolutely war criming Dignitas.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Geneva Convention, more like the Javina Suggestion, as Dignitas. Yeah,
Javina sounds like a brand of shampoo.
It's a fierce competition with L'Oreal. Dignitas, they try their mid control once again, but look how methodical they're being. They look shaken by forZe right now.
See, this is why you are noob Kremer. No one can compete with L'Oreal.
Maybe that's what maybe that's what the teams are trying to change on Mirage. it's not the Ben and Jerry's depot. It's actually the L'Oreal.
We're attacking L'Oreal HQ. Nobody keeps their frizz clean, clear, and under control under my watch.
No one focuses on the real war.
Oh my goodness, no tracers, no problem. Heap with the headshot through the smoke onto Kenzie. A 3 versus 5 here for Dignitas, and I keep saying that they continue to have positive scenarios, but forZe keep just pulling these rounds out of their asses. And Dignitas once again are returning to their old tried and true of playing this defensively. No real aggressive hunts at the moment, but for Norway, it's all about the aggression. No, Dignitas can't drop this one, not from a 3v5 of a quick plant. He plays from the jungle, and it's George who manages to get the frags. You're living in Tarzan's world now, baby.
Zorta doesn't even want anything to do with this. Backs off, saves the AWP, why not? You have money on forZe, so you can risk going for a few exits, but you also need to be careful when it comes to at least keeping track of your economy. Jerry and Shalfie, they're not doing great economically, and for Zorta, I think he knows that there's a hunt coming for him here. That bomb goes off, swings out, missed shot as well. That should seal his fate. Heap executes him, and with halzok retrieving the AWP, I couldn't think of a scarier Mario to wield a big green.
When you say a scary Mario holding a big green, I imagine like Luigi as an underarm cannon.
Just like pulls his head back a bit to cock him.
Like pulls on his nose. I'm loaded and ready to go.
This is Dignitas. 3 rounds in the lead, sure, and it will once again be default smokes away.
Let me tell you about what's going on during IEM Katowice, though. Our friends over at Thunderpick have a new promotion going on, up to 200 euros deposited, starting from 20 up to 200, doubled, 100% back when you use code Katowice22 while signing up. That's during IEM Katowice, so go get yourself some free extra money for your CSGO betting, but remember, it's only if you're over 18 and only bet what you can afford.
For now, halzok, you have to be so careful here. Already low on HP. Remember, Dignitas, sure they won a round, but their economy is still not great. As forZe, with a double up setup, are taking no prisoners in this attempt to keep Dignitas from hitting 14. Through under, Heap is the one to shift ahead.
Zorte lies in wait. A coiled viper with... Oh, what is that AWP skin called? They are a coiled viper, aren't they?
Can't remember what that was called.
That's a beautiful AWP.
It's quite one of the cheaper ones.
I love it. I've mostly just seen the the white and orange one that everyone uses. Zorte?
He has them off.
Oh, Jerry. Jerry is in trouble. And Jerry is fragged. Zorte yet to reveal the location, it would seem. Before this match, Kremer, you talked about when Heap is on. Heap is really on. And at the moment, as one of the 2 players remaining, Heap really needs to be on. forZe gets aggressive. They've claimed the Iguana AWP. But I'm afraid it won't be surviving for long. Heap has players coming around their backside. 1 versus 2. Here's from both approach.
Beautiful.
The M4s are leveled, and so too is Heap.
Absolutely perfect. forZe, that will be their 11th now, closing the distance to Dignitas and making things look even scarier for Dignitas. Luckily, that bomb plant means they are going to have cash, but for how long, Harry? For how long? I noticed someone in the chat has redeemed to speak Russian, and I'm like scared of when it gets played.
Well, I'm waiting to deploy my terrible Russian accent. I assume we've got plenty of Russian fans in the chat from watching.
Yeah.
Actually,
our
they're
English
probably
fans
watching
are
a
about to be
Russian
very
stream,
confused.
So they're probably watching the Russian stream, so I think we might be safe there. Zorte boosted up. This is very fast, but that's a big miss. And now Zorte has to scarper as fast as possible. Still a shot to the leg of Heap will put them in the grave because damage has already been done. Freiburg rolls forward with the MAC-10. He's a master of speed, baby. That's a big whiff coming on through. And now Shalfie. What can you do with your tiny little pistol? They do have the Iguana AWP. But they may be wanting to play Chameleon and just camouflage into the background. This is a very unexpected win for Dignitas. Aggression once again.
Yeah.
Is their friend.
That's a huge round for Dignitas to convert. Freiburg with that MAC-10. The fact he was able to get that secondary kill onto, I believe it was Kenzie, that whiff may have actually decided the game. Huge impact there. And Hal's credit where credit's due to just cover his teammate there. That bomb goes off Shalfie. He retreats, he hides, but look at the money of forZe. We said it was about 2 or 3 rounds before it's broken. And Harry, it's been shattered.
It has been absolutely summarily spanked. Daddy Accountant is brutal today. And it feels like friberg. I don't like to bully him. But most of his kills have really seemed to happen when Dignitas just go, okay, we need to do something stupid. And friberg just puts on their WM1 hat. And they just roll forward. And they absolutely surprise forZe every single time. Nobody rushes like a moron like friberg. He's a professional moron.
He's a professional moron. One of the greatest CS players to ever play with one of the biggest legacies to CS. But it's okay. He only rushes like a moron.
I mean, he's done so much of the SMGs. When
he
comes
has.
to
I
run
mean,
and
the
gun,
mileage has
no
been
one
nuts.
wields it like friberg.
Yeah. We do have to disconnect on Dignitas, as you can see, which means it's time for us to fill. I hope you guys are all having a good day. forZe with with no money at all. Dignitas are in a position now where they can actually hit 15 while simultaneously resetting forZe, and that would be game ending. Remember, it's their map pick, and for a while they were categorically in the lead. forZe have made it close though, but that doesn't mean they've won it.
Not one yet. Some push-ups. Ah, crap! If I didn't have my green screen up, I'd have room to do some myself, but that might be slightly inappropriate for stream. Got ourselves a couple rejoining. Who's missing now? Heap, I believe, is the last one who needs to reconnect. There we go.
Yep.
He's in.
For those of you who are wondering why we're talking about speaking Russian, that'll be because you can get something called Thunder Coins. They're the channel points you can get, and if you scroll down, once you click on them, you can see essentially what you can get with those Thunder Coins. For 2,000, we'll just call you, of 20,000, sorry, we'll call you Awesome. You appear in the lower third of the screen, and we will just constantly call you Awesome for a round. There's also a few others. You make a switch to Russian. Now, that worked really well on the Russian broadcast, because they kind of spoke English. We kind of don't speak Russian. There's Wasted, which I believe is just to show the world that you wasted 50k channel points. Don't really know what that's for. You can summon the Goose Hydra. You can say... Over to Russian. Vista Stali z nami. That's how you say it.
Da,
Wait, no, that's not Russian.
It's okay. It'll be fine. Dignitas now looking for their match point. I don't even know what... This has become Francais somehow? It is a walking tour of European languages.
The only Russian I ever remembered was screamed at me, which is Drop Kalash, Sukablia, did he know I'm dumb, down bio. Oh boy. Oh, dobro prosalat v atreski sotsav. Only do it mid, I guess.
Ooh. There's a nice shot from Zorte. Freiburg lands a hard way.
Forbish.
All of my European accents just roll into one. Sag.
On the the
forZe, what can you do here? Your
Big
big gun,
stuff.
big man, big aim. Oh, the no scope up close. forZe, absolutely. Chadaroony. From Norway.
I might have to switch to Russian accents. I do not know how to speak Russian.
It's okay, we go back to normal after this one.
Why does it sound like you speak like a mafia boss?
Because I am. I am highly respected. Highly respected mafia caster. forZe down. Oh my goodness, Kinsey, so good with the deagle. Can they get themselves a third? Kinsey coming up big but cannot kill Necro. And now, the time is made fool of the terrorists.
Time make fool of Jerry, and forZe make fool of Dignitas. See God amongst the men. And for Dignitas, that'll be a 14-12 lead. Oh boy.
Don't worry, we
That was harder than I
educate you
thought it would be.
thoroughly in the Russian.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Someone said, why don't we just speak English? Ha! Well, we can't. That was our contract is we actually have to speak Russian when someone redeems it, so... Oh!
Trust me, buddy,
wondering
I do
why...
prefer speaking English.
Who'd have thought? Maybe we're a bit better when we speak English. Boy. Dignitas.
Not that much better,
12.
though, Kramer.
Dignitas without money, though.
They may well have to give this one. Wait, no money. That's true. If they lose this, Kramer, 14-14. Barring another weird amount of shenanigans with the ecos. Admittedly, Dignitas probably have got their most effective rounds off the back of pistols.
Yeah. No, they absolutely have, and their faster plays actually just work. forZe have shown a real problem when it comes to dealing with aggression, with another slow push through mid. Dignitas to do this completely quiet, without any utility to try and catch him off guard, and this may be perfect, particularly when you notice xorse. He's one of the only players who had not only, well, an M4, but also utility. Skenzie's taken down, Norway now. Disconnected from the site, and this will be another afterplant for Dignitas, though, but it's the afterplants where forZe have shown themselves to thrive.
Dignitas, they've definitely had a little bit of a lacking post-plant from their more reserved positions. forZe, of course, with the Krieg in hand, they've already picked up one. Anything more than this would be fantastic. Remember, Dignitas, they want to do this cleanly. They don't have much in the way of the ability to rebuy. forZe plays up close. Takes a touch of damage from the molly, then ducks back in. They're going to catch someone by surprise. forZe, just a marauder, moving in with the Krieg. That's another. Oh, it's scoped weapon supremacy, baby. Who needs an AWP? I got myself a Krieg in a dream, baby.
forZe currently going 35-15. On for the ace. forEst steals it, but for forZe, he does not want to lose this map, Harry, and he is going to bring the rest of Dignitas along with him, kicking and screaming if he has to. 35 kills in regulation. My God.
Confirmed, Chad. Dignitas now on match point, and crucially, with a little bit of money in the bank, Kremer, to allow them a little bit of padding that may allow them 2 buys. The Krieg still remains in the able hands of forZe. And I'm not sure entirely if forZe are prepared for this round. This is the worst possible time to be running out of money.
Yes, it is. To try and shut down Dignitas while you've only got Deagles, 5.7s, it's not a great position to be in. More importantly, it's one where you're sort of forced to go aggressive, something that forZe have shown time and time again they don't like doing. Dignitas, these guys, they are ready to, in this case, plow ahead and take their map pick. Sure, it's not as pretty as we thought it would be, and it certainly isn't as pretty as we thought it would be at half-time. But for forZe, losing their map pick is going to be a big, big sting.
That is certainly going to potentially destabilize them, but we do have at least fairly long breaks of 10 minutes. And we know that forZe are a team with a considerable competitive pedigree. Unlikely to be real tilters. Lecro. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. What a way to open up this round. Dignitas, they have their boot on the back of forZe, and they are depressing with force, crushing them into the ground.
forZe, luckily, haven't got a Dignitas attack to worry about. It's a default being held for now, which means they can risk being a little bit aggressive, hence the foray down Palace, which Zorte is looking to spearhead. But Lecro, he's not done. He may have killed one. He's ready for the second. Zorte, timing doesn't favour him, but it doesn't matter. Lecro loses his head, and Dignitas, they were in the process of heading back round to execute away. Not knowing whether or not Palace is clear, though, has put a true spanner in those works.
Yeah, that needs to be accounted for. Or you have to throw over some kind of set smoke to keep Palace obfuscated. Moving as a trio, they have the lurk of heat. polZerk again with the Krieg. Merciless. And at range, who needs an AWP? That was almost a collateral with the Dig. Yikes, Kenzie, stop blocking me, mate. I'm trying to get out here. I just got myself a kill. forZe, still the potential to be alive. Can they interrupt the plant? The answer will be no. forest completes it. Freiburg now with the covering fire, but they're overwhelmed by the pistol fire themselves. forest, the man to hold down the site. They don't have much health to work with, but it's now down to a 1 versus 1. Heap on one side, smoked off, and Shalfie on the other. There's no kit. The timing is so difficult here. A tap on the bomb. Heap has revealed a Molotov. Not body blocked this time. Shalfie allows to fly on past. They need to move authoritatively, Kramer. And they're going to try and find themselves the duel. But already time may have made fools of them all. And Heap makes them look even more foolish. Dignitas steal away the map.
Hellcat. Coming like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat. Coming like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let it out. Tonight, we gonna let Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up, babe. Tonight we gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up.
Everyone loves that.
Oh, Crammy, you only said that code so that you can depress people watching the VOD later. You mean man.
Yeah, the guys watching the VOD later. Sorry, boys. It's probably been used. Call me crazy.
Yeah. Think about that time you missed out on that 3-bet on Thunderpick. Maybe that's when your life started going downhill.
It could have been. Remember, the odds are part of the Thunderpick. They seem to favour it about 2 to 1.7 in favour of Dignitas. If they start on their CT side, never mind. The teams are backwards. Dignitas on the T side, looking to rush forZe here. And for Kenzie and Zorte, they've had enough.
Starting this as they mean to go on. Heap is given the slow and ignominious crawl back towards ramp. A P250 in hand. 1v5. No dramas. This is the kind of beginning to a myth, Kramer. The myth of Heap. And their 1 versus 4 on the T side against forZe. Not many people believed they could do it. Rightfully so.
No. Norway shuts down Heap, and that is a disturbingly clean pistol round from forZe there. Really strong stuff from Norway and Kenzie, and Zorte actually. 3-man stack, a bit of an anti-strap potentially onto Dignitas. As the, as for the Swedes and Norwegian. Norwegian Mario, do we refer to him as Norwegian or Italian?
It could be Norwegian Italian.
The Nortalian is going to be accompanied by the Swedes.
A Nortalian sounds like an alien race that lives underwater. I've made contact with the Nortalians.
Nortalians, you don't want to mess with the Nortalians, man. I'll drop 35 on you in a game of Mirage.
They're deadly. Oh my goodness, they are deadly. But Zorte, what a shot. Lovely pre-aim there, up towards the top of Silo. And wow, I like how Jerry, just the corpses falling in front of them. What a delightful sideshow to amuse him as he went hunting.
Why not? You have reinstatement from the rest of forZe. And for Lekra and Halzerk, I mean, it's an eco, right? A bit of damage would be nice. And I love this position events that we see being held by, I believe that's Norway. That man, he wants a knife kill.
This is a guy who's keen for a knife.
Oh, he's going to get it as well.
There it is.
He gets it.
Oh, he's shepherded, baby. Do you think Jerry just, like, put a shot in the leg and was like, "Row, go, run, don't check underneath,
Take
you
it.
fool. You have sprang my trap, noob."
Trap card's been activated. And here's a fun stat for you about Dignitas. Dignitas actually win more T-side rounds than they do CT. At least historically. Which is very surprising, and in the last 6 maps, they've won all of them, including a very nice result, a 16-5 against Blue Jays. Only, I believe, just a mere few days ago.
Kramer.
What's that?
Still
a mere few days ago. A mere few days ago, they were even able to deliver in a game against Havu. Over on forZe, this is where they beat Heat, though. So this is going to be a very intense map, that's for sure.
Ah, Blue Jays still hurt me. Can't believe that. Not a single map, Kremer. Not a single map. Not that I'm bitter.
Please like and subscribe to the channel.
But I will find.
Not that you're upset. Never inclined to suggest that.
No, never. Me? I'm a completely well-adjusted person who always reacts like a true hero to my Preds being absolutely wrong 3 times in a row. To a humiliating degree. Thanks, Blue Jays.
Yeah. Dignitas is not upset though. Not upset.
Never.
Dignitas stacked up in secret. That nade may harass him a little bit. Shalfie needs to be a bit careful with his aggression, considering the many stack of Dignitas players looking to harass them.
More flashes, more action. Shalfie cannot finish for second, but they did get Freiburg low, removing Heap. Still a big kill there. And Kenzie lies in wait. Control of heaven here for Electro. Jerry, what a wraparound, what a turn! However, Zorte swings in from the back and simply eliminates Dignitas before they can even get the bomb down. And that's not what they wanted from their buy round, Kremer.
I won't lie to you, the teamwork from forZe is looking pretty bloody good at the moment. However, there's a deal going on at Thunderpick right now where you can sign up using code Bitcoin. Deposit €50, they will give you an extra €50. You click on the banner down below, there's a link being put in the chat throughout the game. Go give Thunderpick the love. The fiscal year's closing, they need to get rid of their money. Go ahead, take it off their hands.
You're a nice guy, bro. Take the money off their hands. Huh? Shalfie. Over in Mini for the moment. Lekro in the morgue, courtesy of Norway. Lekro's actually, well, multiple members of Dignitas. They've got 2 kills so far this map, Kremer. Yikes. Here we are in round number 4. Let's go, Dignitas. Kill number 3. I believe in you. Never mind.
It may not happen. It's not looking great for them, is it?
No, it's not, Kremer. No, it's not.
Oh, forZe, they are making this look so one-sided.
They are making, admittedly, it is only Deeds. Yes! Kill number 3, baby! forZe delivers. That's the power of the beard. That's not the power of a beard. Look away, children.
I mean, yeah, it's a bit of power, but you need to remember, even when Dignitas went 12-4 down, they were still damaging Dignitas in every round. Right now, even on the buy round, Dignitas aren't really killing forZe. That needs to change, and quick. Otherwise, the momentum that Dignitas are going to start forming is going to start really hurting forZe. Or vice versa, actually.
That could be a real pain, Kremer. This has allowed for Norway to already have 7.1k. There it is, kill number 4. halzerk's finally got the AWP in hand, so maybe this is where Dignitas turn their fortunes around. But it is prepared and met by Zorte with their own AWP good to go.
Dignitas positioned in lobby here. Already a man up, something they don't want to risk giving up just yet. And, well, for halzerk, considering the godlike performance he was able to give earlier, mimicking it may be difficult.
On the T side of Nuke as well. Unless someone wants to offer them duels around the outside on his longer sight lines, it could be a little bit more difficult playing that shotgun AWP style.
So they're setting up for an execution over on Dig.
At the moment,
They're being fairly methodical.
the only
with
real
this.
personnel on A. Okay, Zorte is going to come in and reinforce it. They can probably play from Mini here. They've got coverage from Heaven. Actually, Kenzie's dropped down from Heaven. Maybe a little bit antsy on the side of forZe at the moment. With only 30 seconds remaining, forest has been lost. Zorte rewarded for their explorations, and HE sent out. Freiburg drops down into the vents. Norway is claimed as they leave a parting gift to those A defenders as the bomb will be planted on B behind the generator.
Dignitas are really separated right now. They need to get this site in quickly. halzerk got a Zorte is a good opening, but Shalfie falling, it may not matter.
Oh, halzerk simply sees the legs come down. Aims up slightly, hits him in the body. There we go, Dignitas. Second they get that AWP in hand for halzerk, it's a different story, baby.
Oh, Harry, I fear when halzerk brings out that AWP. Like, he was unstoppable over on Mirage. Is there a world where we see him actually just take off on Nuke as well? Statistically, it should be Heap, the one who's delivering, but he's had a really quiet series.
As indeed. A couple bright spots on Mirage, but not enough to really sing their praises. halzerk, definitely. Even when they didn't have the AWP, even with the Krieg Kremer, they managed to claim some rounds. It should not have been as easy. Taking out Heap early, it's going to be another quiet round for them. Dead quiet, even. Zorte stands prepared in garage. Oh, that's actually going to get clear. That's a bad miss for Zorte. Easy hunt, easy game, easy life.
forZe doesn't even need halzerk. forZe goes on a bit of a rampage. Jerry falls. Kenzie now has to go nuclear. And unfortunately, Freiburg, he's got other plans. A 3k for him now, and it's all on Norway in a 1v4.
Well, Freiburg and forZe are a little bit low at least. Lecro, one of those 100 HP players, taken down with a combination of volley shots and dinks. Freiburg will plant on A, and now Norway. It's going to be a save, my dude. 600 remaining. Yeah, that's going to be a save, my dude.
Looking at the money of forZe as well. From what started beautifully has now actually really gone downhill from them. Kenzie and Shalfie just about can buy if Norway can hold on to this AK, but for forZe and Jerry, it's going to be either Deagles, MP9s. It's not going to be a nice investment at all. As Dig will make it their second. Remember, both teams having no real preference. I mean, they slightly list one way or another, or Dignitas is slightly listing in favour of their T side. On forZe, slightly their CT side. There's no huge dependency, though. Which means this should be fairly even. I'm expecting maybe even an 8-7 half.
8-7. That'd be a nuke. Have a looky here. forZe. What can they do economically, really?
Norway dying to the bomb as well is a unique way to end your round.
That is a big Sag.
Yeah.
That is a Pepe cry. Bible thump even. It should be a massacre. But forZe, they did some nasty stuff with the USP on the pistol round. Admittedly, it's a different setup now, when they're up against some bigger guns and some head armor, crucially. forZe begins their descent into the depths of lobby. The big stack here is in ramp, but it does feel like Dignitas, after that pistol round, really haven't had much in the way of concrete interest in ramp. If they want to go down, they usually dive vents.
I just deployed an early hit away, and well, for forZe, they did the right thing. The stacker position, hope Dignitas hit it. They don't. They get ready now for a few exits. Maybe even if they can cancel the plant momentarily, it might just help make Dignitas something fall a little bit sloppy. They'll try just that. The knife from heaven comes out. It's a slaughter, Harry.
Oh, man. Operation Market Garden went all wrong there for the Russians. And the Scandinavians managed to pick them off one by one, having some free aim training.
You want to get some on topic of free, Harry? Do exclamation mark Katowice in the chat, or you click the damn banner down below. You can head over to Thunderpick using code Katowice22. You guys can go and you can get an extra couple of bob. I say a couple of bob. They will double your deposit up to 200 euros. You want to deposit 200 euros? That's it. You'll get 400. It's a lot of bob. I think we also have a round reset here.
A frankly irresponsible amount of bob. Micro, here. I believe we are having some issues. Oh, Kenzie? Yep, I think Kenzie's probably the one having issues. I'm glad for the new bitch in the chat recognized my Operation Market Garden reference.
I was going to say, that probably would have turned out worse for the Scandinavians, but hey, here we are.
True. Market Garden was a little bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, didn't go well for the English, which is why you're not taught about it. pretty much. How
your own research, gamers.
Yeah.
Alright, got ourselves a tech pause. Can have ourselves why do you think that Dignitas were like, they were so thoroughly just massacred in the pistol round on ramp?
turn it on. About to turn it on.
I did learn about the Krieg in the break. The Krieg is, it's not called the Krieg, it's created by a German company called SIG, that's why it works. And surprisingly, considering the armor penetration, I thought it would have been 7.62. No, it's actually a 5.56, mainly 5.56 caliber weapon. Pretty cool. It's a bit of a niche weapon. It's not used by any military as a primary assault rifle, but it still exists. It's a very real gun. That's pretty cool. I don't know where they got the armor penetration from in CS. Like, it's just a normal gun. The armor penetration would be caused by the ammo rather than the rifle itself, but they give the special ammo to whoever uses the Krieg. But if you're going to give the special ammo to whoever uses the Krieg, why don't you just give it to anyone who uses the M4? Suddenly the M4 has more armor penetration and it costs less.
Sorte already down. Shalfie looking to try and equalize here. They've seen a knee. Freiburg. Oh my goodness! Jerry believed this area was clear, but in the immortal words of Battlefront 2 advert, not clear! Not clear! Kenzie broken down by Lecro. 1 versus 2 now for Shalfie trying to intercept a run through here. It's not glorious, but it is effective. Lecro falls on down and forZe is only 22 HP.
I am so sorry. SIG stands for Swissterschale Industrie Gesellschaft, which is Swiss, not German. I do apologize. I heard the name. I heard what SIG stood for. It sounded German. Whoever corrected me, Kev Botics, man. I do apologize. My heart to you.
Bossy?
Like, Kev's Botics. That's a pretty cool name. I do apologize. You're right. It is Swiss.
Ooh,
probably why it's expensive.
Plenty of time to go and grab the AWP, grab yourself a defuse as well. forZe, they come back from a 4-5 lead, or rather a 4-5 disadvantage. Shalfie's, are they getting the other AWP?
I think he's hunting for it. But no, the bomb needs to be defused first. Remember, he doesn't have a kit. So, no. What? He's lost to no one! He lost to himself!
According to Webster's dictionary, yikes has just occurred.
What? I think yikes is a bit of an understatement, man!
I have just witnessed room temperature IQ, Russian room temperature IQ.
What?
Well, the match has been paused. I hope Dignitas called this pause.
Someone's fist has gone through their desk.
Dignitas called this pause to allow for Shalfie to just get absolutely blasted.
I'm glad the pause is there. That's for us as well.
What? They had the AWP. They picked up the AWP that Lecro had. I don't know, man. Well,
I
that just
think
happened.
I think
Remember, guys, you were here live when Shalfie got kicked from forZe.
I think I speak on behalf of all 4,000 people watching, you, me, the
Yo, could we
production
get a
team,
replay
and
on this?
both teams, when I say, what the fuck? What?
Production, let's get a 20-second replay on this one, please.
What did he lose to? Like,
I want to see some top-tier cardio.
was he looking... He had an AWP as well. He had one.
Yeah, he had Lekro's AWP. I think they wanted to get Zorte's AWP.
But why?
Because...
But why?
Russian victory ritual?
I guess he could have been looking for a. There's a world where he may have
Picking
been
up the
looking for a
smokes
kit.
from my dead comrade. I've got to refill my util inventory.
Dignitas have now equalised. forZe have no money. They lose this round. The Dignitas are, well, in such a good position.
Oh man, I'm gonna be yikesing about that for a while. Unbelievable levels of yikes. Dignitas, they are taking advantage of a thoroughly shattered forZe right here.
Oh no!
I want to see how the
this where
odds
Dignitas-
changed after that one round.
I want to see what the odds were when it was Shalfie in a 1v0.
Yeah, whoever bets on Dignitas to win that round just made $1 million.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, what is there to say, man?
Shit. That's what you really
all the
think.
swears. I'm going through my swear. Oh, they can't even
The
keep the
AWP
AWP.
is saved.
Do you know what Shalfie did for that AWP?
Oh no! Oh, Dignitas. I've heard the phrase "you've been handed a victory." I didn't think forZe would take it literally.
Well, Shalfie is in the lead when it comes to entry kills. And in the lead when it comes to bad exits.
I can only imagine what the comms are like on forZe right now. I can only imagine.
You thought the Russians in your ladder games were angry.
Oh, they're down to Deagles. Dignitas. They've got... My mind is breaking.
This man's mind has been torn in two.
But why? Just why? Like, if I understand if he was looking for an AWP. But if he needed a kit, that is. But he didn't.
Pure and simple brain fart.
What?
Is our first clip on Dignitas Twitter gonna be that? Well, that's how. Yay! Go Shalfie! Redeeming himself, taking out Heat. Here we go. The MP9 doing its job. Okay, Dignitas, let's have a real talk about this. What's going on, boys? You've been handed a couple dubs. Don't throw them away.
Wow. forZe, they're able to at least equalize at 5-5, but they should be categorically in the lead right now. Dignitas, bear in mind, the last couple of rounds they've been winning bomb plants as well. They've been garnering bomb plants, which means their money is going to be alright. forZe still sitting at 10k and before he buys. With that, another pause comes in. We're seeing a lot of timeouts at the moment here, Harry.
Lots of timeouts. Remember, this is, I think it's mostly a Dignitas of attack. We've seen Heap disconnect multiple times across both maps. But maybe some time for some tactical reconciliation right now. Try and figure out how to take advantage of what's been granted. forZe, at least, they've stopped the streak from Dignitas. And not only that, they stopped their own mental spiral downwards, hopefully, by picking up that round.
Yeah, with that, hopefully after this timeout we'll see a bit of change in pace. I think forZe are being a little bit too aggressive at the moment. They are going for some fairly heavy plays towards outside, kind of pushing it solo. We even saw in the round where, even on their ecos, they're diving out of heaven trying to catch out some of these Dig players. Whereas Dignitas, what it means is that early round, it just means go outside, get some control, and then just wait. Because forZe, look at the aggression here from Shalfie. So much aggression.
He's got a spring in his step now, Kremer. 2 rounds in a row, Shalfie has opened it up by killing Heap. This could become a worrying trend of an opening pick. forZe are now 5 versus 4. They have no idea that Shalfie was there. Camouflaged behind the gun model. Now Dignitas, they have to figure out what they want to do with a 5 versus 3. Not a huge amount of economic padding. Admittedly, forZe does have a lot in the bank. They could try and buy for multiple people. But is that enough for Dignitas to want to try and foray here? Kenzie looks for a gap in the smoke. forZe, the second you peek, takes your head off. And now Shalfie, the big boy, the Redeemer, waits on the head glitch, and that's perfect. The timing's solid. forZe is down. Letcrow joins him in the grave. And forZe, Mr. Moneybags, the big beard boy, is the last alive.
1 versus 4 for him. Damage would be preferable here. Shalfie's the only man who has a fair bit of money. And for Dignitas there, well, we talk about how forZe have been getting a little bit over-aggressive. Dignitas still haven't really adapted to it. This also shuts him down. That'll be a 6th for forZe as they go 6-5 up. Dignitas, off the back of forZe, they could just about reinvest, but that would mean forZe sort of nuking his own economy, and there's a world where pistols and armor may just be the better call. Allow forZe to bring out an AK and have a bit of a raid boss going into whatever site you choose to execute to. Look at the comparison between players, Shalfie and Freiburg. Shalfie doing better on entry kills than ADR, but he let's be honest, he has kind of cost his team a few rounds.
Well, the thing is, Kremer, how does Shalfie do under pressure? This could be where Shalfie, now the top fragger of forZe mind, they may feel like their future is in the balance. And to try and reassert their competitive edge on forZe, it feels like Shalfie is definitely trying their best to make these opening frags work, get these starting picks off the back of aggression. And that'll be another pause, which finishes. Dignitas figured out their buy. It was actually forZe, I believe, who purchased an AWP for forZe. Or forZe who purchased the AWP for forZe. No armor, though, on forZe. It's a naked AWP.
That it is. And with a... I can't help but think, Harry, I can't help but think there's a world where forZe, even if they do end up going 10-5 up at the end of this half, how long does the tilt of that round last? Is that something that lasts all map? Is it something you can recover? So one way to find out. forZe, he nuked his economy. He did it to get the glass cannon on halZe. Just go for the 3-man boost to heaven here. Could very well work out, particularly if they can make some noise on outside and maybe even bait the rotation.
Ooh.
So we'll say.
Wait, the
he
second
survives.
pass, the second pass. And the AWP has been
Survives
identified as well.
for
They saw
now.
the barrel, Kremer. That's big information. Patience here as forZe, however. They've got plenty of it. 1 minute and 15 still on the clock. And they know that they need a man advantage because they simply don't have the buy here to make this work. Actually, they drop off, trying to make as little noise as possible. But now they know where the AWP is.
Ass. Get ready for what looks like a fairly delayed outside execution. And for halZe, he's just going to try and be that entry. He'll try and get that opening kill. But for forZe, they've really played this right. They're being very passive on outside. Shalfie on the close angle is the only man who can really fight them. And halZe, uncharacteristically, misses that opening shot.
The shotgun AWP, not the most wieldy weapon. And you can see the trepidation now around heaven. Previously, they've seen the rifle there, they've seen the barrel, and they've seen their target. forZe executes their counter-AWPer with extreme prejudice. forest lies in wait, overwhelmed here. forZe, they might well get eco'd. Well, weirdly eco'd or P-code. The drop down here is caught by Jerry, but Jerry is executed by Heap. That's 2 AWPs now that are available for the side of Dignitas. And Shalfie, the chosen one, is all alone.
Lecro's going on a hunt as well. He wants to really damage the forZe economy here. And I don't know if the windows to control have been broken or not. They haven't. So Shalfie, he can't get away from this position without making noise. And giving the audio cues to Dignitas. Looks like he may have to. If he does so.
Oh.
Liking the revelation of intention there, is going to be able to bring Dignitas their equalizer off the back of pistols, backed up by the lone AWP of forZe.
What a round there from Dignitas. Patience really paying off. They gathered the info so well, they knew exactly where Zorte wanted to play. That was public enemy number 1 for forZe, knowing that at this close range, with the Deagle's Crema, they could try and take the fights against the AKs, but at that longer range, the AWP versus the Deags may not have been as preferable.
And it is, no way. Let's be fairly careful here.
Oh, that's
So gets
a little bit of damage from a mollies. He's setting up the crossing to secret. Oh, but it's a fake Crema. Oh no, it's actually removing a huge amount of information gather over towards outside, and that means that Norway now has to leave Freiburg. Kenzie, can they rescue this? They get themselves 3. Kenzie gets 4. They could be on for the ace right here. Swaps over to the AK, sprays madly into the smoke. It's okay, boys. We may have dropped some silly rounds, but hop in my backpack, and I will deliver you to victory.
Oh, no, it survives that with just 1 HP as well. What a round from Kenzie here. That 3k spray down, just perfect. And even able to follow it up on the 4th. That 4th kill there was just perfect. And for forZe, that secures them their 7th. And it makes them that bit closer to winning the half. But for Dignitas, 6 rounds, maybe 7. That's a victory in my eyes. Yeah, T-side of Nuke, you're not expecting to win unless you have a crazy good CT or T-side, which you rarely see. It's kind of unorthodox to have a preference for your T-side. And as they go for the fast round play, Lecro, the one to spearhead it. Slow reaction from forZe means no utilities there to stop them. Only Shalfie with an M4.
1 for 1. Not bad for forZe, considering they got rid of forZe, who's been an absolute beast thus far. Heap. We've been looking for Heap to really be a hero. And it's been a somewhat slow start in this series for Heap. Zorte begins to creep around with the AWP, not knowing how much of this area still remains under Scandinavian control. A corpse of their friend is a macabre warning as to the firepower leveraged in ramp.
Sort of trying to hunt for a man advantage, or at least a man equalizer here. Surprising how quiet Dignitas have gone. With 2 players who are wounded, I would expect to see them maybe even get a bit of a foray into hell here. Kenzie, the man to be tested though, over on B. So they make their way down ramp, plunging to the depths of B.
Kenzie's already feeling good about last round of 4K. Can it be replicated again? The answer's no. Lecro exchanges a headshot, but the second man is the one you have to worry about. Norway on the site's going to complicate all of this, and now everyone on Dignitas is so low. 2 versus 1, though. AK, M4, AK. Norway gonna fall. That was a great coordination there from forest and Heap.
Well, that's all I'll say to that.
Yep. CS.
Really? CS. Really strong stuff. I mean, there's a world to it, right? Where we're going to be seeing Dignitas, despite their low HP, there's a world where they win this. I don't really know how forZe didn't anticipate the flank to come, but hey, it works out. And for Dignitas, level picking at 7-7, this is a successful half, really. For I would argue both teams. There's always going to be a preference to their CT side, but for forZe, it's a little bit more defined than Dignitas's, which is why I stand a little bit worried for forZe here if they don't even win the half.
Stand with concern, Kremer. Mirage, forZe's pick, may have shaken their confidence to have lost that, even though they did have a spirited effort on the CT side to try and reclaim it. Their T side was severely lacking. Dignitas, on the other hand, their T side here on Nuke. Mwah. Chef's kiss.
Mwah. Dignitas.
Bellissimo.
Their buy, it's not great. Deagles, Galils, but it's kind of matched by forZe, who are on Deagles and MP9s. Neither team are really in a pretty space here, and as also hunts the man advantage. He may have been seen there. That he is! Lecro! That's a clean shot.
He's too wide, Kremer. Zorte's an absolute unit. Oh, pardon me. I was just witnessing the mass.
Whew. Jerry, you need to be careful here. Lecro may be hunting for another opening here. Norway reveals himself in vents. He even doubles down.
For Norway. Down to a 3 versus 3. Deagle remains. Famous takes some damage. Lecro continues to hunt, but the Famous strikes on back and it strikes quickly. It's not pretty from Heap. A weapon thrown down into the vents to try and distract. A Molotov thrown behind. Heap, can they get the 1 versus 3 done? They've already started it off strong. An attempt to plant on B. Draw in their opponents and then try and find themselves a post-plant position to leverage. You want to go decon. You want to play from the middle of the site behind Generator potentially. Control is also against its namesake, not controlled. At the moment, double doors and control are going to be populated by Jerry and Shalfie, who are looking to move together. It's going to be all about the double peek here for forZe, and I believe they may well have seen Heap. Smoke to the left, soldiers to the right. Here you are, stuck on B with Jerry.
You're not stuck in here with Jerry. Jerry's stuck in here with you. As forZe, they're going to go 8-7 up. They take their victory in the first half, and this time, Jerry remembers to defuse. 8-7, Harry.
Let me show you how it's done, Shalfie.
How long do you think that tilt lasts? Like, how long does that stay on their mind?
I mean, that is like the degree to which it was free. Like, there were, what, 25 seconds on that bomb? 30, maybe? Oh, no. Replay. Show the rest of the clip there. A nice
Show us how that ended.
Clip. Nice 40-second clip of Shalfie getting some cardio in.
Yeah. Not pretty at all. I can't help but think that if you're a member of forZe, do you tilt on his behalf? Like, do you tilt on Shalfie's behalf?
I mean, I got tilted just watching that.
Yeah.
I suffered psychic damage watching that round.
Psychological harm was caused with it.
I'm invoicing Shalfie for my therapist bills.
That's pretty expensive. But now
got a lot to work through now. Oh,
there's an opening. Oh, he even doubles down.
Will be taken down, but not without a little bit of damage to Zorte themselves. 4 versus 3 now, in favour of the CTs. Never mind, 3 on 3, and the Heaven player is harangued readily. And Freiburg and Lecro now, how do they try and pinch into this? Do forZe even try for the A site? They've cleared up enough now that maybe they feel that overwhelming ramp would be easy, and they certainly are listing in that direction. Lecro prepares to dive down into the vents themselves to try and intercept. Oh, that's a lot of aim punch right there. And that is some bullet punch into Lecro. Freiburg, 1 versus 3. Is it doable? Might well be. Swarms onto the site. Little bit of damage done. Zorte, low. Jerry, hidden behind the boxes. A quick movement, a quick headshot. And that's going to be forZe starting off well on their T side.
For a round that Dignitas are able to start with a two-man advantage, they really let slip a bit there. And for forZe, I mean, credit where credit's due to be able to reduce it to a 2-on-1. But that was more Dignitas losing than forZe winning. And we look at the map odds, they're dead set even, Harry. Thunderpick, they don't know who's taking this one. If you think you do, Thunderpick would probably be the place to place that bet. It's forZe.
It would be.
With a few Galeals, and they're full buy, looking to topple the force of Dig.
Not too much damage. Off the back of that nade. Necro takes 3. 'Tis but a flesh wound, sire. Oh, well. Oh, Necro, you filthy animal. An absolute cyberbullying shot there. And now, forZe have to work with a man disadvantage. Oh my goodness, Necro at 1 HP. Are there any nades left? Never. There's a molly. A force here from Dignitas could actually start to pay some real dividends. I don't think forZe's even had contact yet with this scout. And Necro remains in the garage. Oh my god, okay, there is some contact from the scout. forZe with a lovely shot. And that's now a lootable Galil as well, potentially. Jerry stays within control, the molly is thrown out. An AK in the hands of Zorte, and it's put to good use. What in the world? How did they kill Forest as well? Okay, lovely stuff. Aims up towards Cat. And at this point, with a Galil in hand, Freiberg might be able to pick up the scout that was dropped as well. Is that Galil right there?
It could be. That's a scout.
That's a scout.
Freiberg, no kill, back off, save it. It's not the end of the world. It's a pretty good shout actually to be able to save. It just gives you something to work with next round, and what would already be an eco. And for forZe though, they'll hit double digits at 10.
Make sure that Kenzie doesn't die to the bomb. He's far enough away. Easy for Kenzie. And that's going to be double digits now for forZe as they begin to start to exacerbate this lead. And there he is. Oh, mamma mia. AWP kills from Holzerk. Not quite in line with forZe's fragging power, though.
This is something that's going to be a problem where that will come up time and time again, which is when you end up with a when you end up with someone who's so good on the AWP, like Halzerk, that's great. But there are only so many times where this will work, because if you just reset your opponent's economy, Halzerk doesn't get the AWP, and his main fragging power is just gone.
%80% of forZe's frags with the AWP. One with a scout we saw last round, and potentially a pistol around somewhere. But when they don't have the AWP in their hand, Kremer, less of a danger. Like a declawed lion. And a de-teethed lion. De-toothed? De-jawed.
At 10-7, Dignitas with a... Here's the thing. 2 kills would be great for them. That's all you need. Keeps the economy of forZe low. It means that, say, Jerry and Zorte have to reinvest.
Ooh.
Freiberg, the second round in a row now, he's left on 1 HP. That man has got deity smiling upon him, but always had enough
Lives
with
on
him.
the edge, Kremer.
Surprisingly, Dig are trading pretty effectively.
Hold up. Is this the Dignitas we've come to know and love? We haven't had much Dignitas today. forZe, unable to hit the headshot. Just continues to try and do some wallbang damage here. We'll have to back on off. Here's the descent down into ramp. No one's going to be there to meet them. However, is a quick rush down the vents. 2 players stand ready to try and intercept this. A loud opening of a door on Decon. Oh my goodness, Heap just has a 6th sense, dude. Heap is waking up. And that's exactly what Dignitas needed. And now Zorte is feeling the crunch, feeling the pinch. Soon they'll come into contact with a scout. They should have an advantage. They're distracted. There's a shot to the bum. Oh my goodness. That ain't a suppository you want to take.
Dignitas ecoing forZe there, and dare I say it, that's a bit sloppy on their part. They hear that first door open, and Zorte just doesn't really cover tenZe. Like, they know there's going to be a peek from there, and for Dignitas, credit where credit's due, they just take the 2v1s. Really effective performance from on there, and with 2 rounds separating both them and forZe now are left with, yes, a bye, but this ain't a good one, and with only limited utility, only 1 piece of aggressive utility, outside control is their only real option, unless they already get a man advantage over on A, or say ramp.
And those smokes are going to be so necessary to try and limit the efficacy of forZe, who finally has that AWP back online. Remember, before that last round, 80% of their kills were with the AWP. The barrage of smokes to cover the passage into secret are used, but the movement is not yet done by the side of forZe. Simply spreading out. The menagerie of T's which cross outside anything heard by Lecro here will be so important. A bomb on the ground as well. Now if forZe could try and find an angle from heaven, but they simply aren't positioned there. Where is forZe? As I have a look at the minimap, I believe he's waiting in secret at the moment.
Utility running fairly low on forZe here as well, so everything has to come down to aim duels for Norway. He'll be assisted by the flanker Shalfie, and for a 3-on-3, forZe may very well be able to eco Dignitas and do unto them what was just done beforehand.
From Dignitas to Dignitas.
Yeah, exactly. And something tells me the Swedes won't like how that sounds past tense.
Nice flash. Wrap down is good. forZe is simply wrapped upon.
What?
Why do I feel this sudden pain above me? forZe, oh, the barrel stuff and the nose scope. Swaps over to the Galil. Maybe a better weapon for scenario. forZe sets up the smoke. Even more so. It's a risk to take. And Jerry punishes them for taking it.
What is forZe doing? He hit.
Having a nap, man.
They throw the only smoke that can be thrown to get you out from heaven, and he doesn't look to heaven. His teammate doesn't look to heaven either. His teammate leaves him. What was the? Huh? Well, Dignitas, they are able to reinvest, sure, but only just. I mean, there's Deagles in there. There's limited, very limited utility. And Lecro, with this up, he has the spawn to peek Squeaky, but he needs to be able to peek it and quickly. We'll drop it back to Halzerk, sure, but Dignitas need this M4 on forZe and this AWP on Halzerk to do all the mileage and kills, because while Dignitas is great, how many times can it be repeated?
Lecro won't be repeating any heroics this time. Norway makes certain of that. forZe with one of the few rifles that are available, but not really much in the way of results so far, Kremer. 6 kills, 16 deaths. What a timing on the cross there. forZe sees the first. Will they double down and peek this again? Do they know how close they are to being attacked?
Oh.
Yes, they do. forZe with the reaction shot plasters Norway along the wall like modern art.
Jerry got ruined by that flash by Halzerk, though. That teamwork was sublime. Kenzie and Shalfie now, a 2-on-4. Yes, 2 of their opponents are only on Deagles, but they are considerably outnumbered right now.
And now you've got to try and access a bomb that's in the open with no cover. Smoke has to be used. What was that? forZe sent this man to the hospital.
No.
His wrist is now powder. It's made of vitamins, dude.
I don't know what to say. I actually don't know what to say. It's the same shot from Halzerk there. Kenzie in a 1 versus 4. He's only got 10 seconds left. He'll back up. He'll save. That's all he needs to do.
Up and to the right, Kramer. It's for superior flicking direction. It was foolish to even consider that forZe will not flick up and to the right. That mustache gives powers.
The Norwegian Mario really packing a punch. As they reduce the differential to just 2 rounds. forZe just about with enough money to reinvest, to keep their economy enough to combat Dignitas. Sure, their buy won't be as good. Their utility will be lackluster, to say the least. But it's a chance for them to hold on to their lead. And if they keep going blow for blow with Dignitas, they will eventually win. They still have that 2-round advantage. There's a cool thing you can do if you want an advantage. The exclamation mark GIVE in the chat. It'll allow you to go head over to Thunderpick, where they're currently giving away 5,000 euros. With 15 ways to enter, there is only one winner. You can be the only one to win 5,000 euros. All you have to do is exclamation mark GIVE in the chat. Go check out the Thunderpick. I believe they have a bit.ly for it. Give them the love they deserve, making this tournament all possible.
Destroyed by the bot for trying to join in on the Holy Divers. Damn.
They've been down too long in the Midnight Sea.
Oh, what's becoming of forZe? Still in the lead. 11-9, Tremor. But the util is lacking. The armaments are lacking. Where is the mental? Is my first concern.
forZe getting very aggressive to Squeaky, actually. Like a crouching tiger, you can see his stripes, but you know he's clean. Sounds like legs down, Kenzie. Gives an opening. At least attempts to. May make forZe hesitate before they go for this outside control.
It's a TikTok thing, new bitch. Don't worry about it. Zoomer humor.
You're too old.
I'm too old to have TikTok, man.
I don't have it out of premise.
Out of premise?
Yep, I avoided it for so long. I'm now just dug in. Can't get it now.
Oh. I don't think that's a saying, but I can't remember what the right one is, so I'm just gonna have to give you that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Holzerk, oh, that's a lovely flick. Jump as you may, Holzerk still finds his man. Test the mustache at your peril, and the mustache always wins. But surrounded now as Holzerk, this is a very dangerous position for them. Norway up high, Freiburg executed from below, and the A's side is pretty clear at this moment. Freiburg stuffed back, or rather Holzerk stuffed back into CT. Heap suspects that someone might be lurking here, and they could not be more correct. They see the shoulder. Too much of a unit is Kenzie to be hiding in such a small position.
A man down. They still have the advantage of never mind. Let Crow through the smoke just down Norway. Like that. Dignitas make it 10. The bomb plot is going to help forZe's economy a little bit, but it isn't enough to elevate them to a buy. We may finally see forZe drop to an eco after what has been about 5 rounds of just scraping through.
You know what? It wasn't out of premise, it was out of principle, Kramer. That's what the saying is. Sorry, I had the idiom check
That
you.
was it. Thank you very much.
You know me, always a good friend.
Yeah, cheers, Dad. We're at advantage now.
That's all forZe have before they draw even and have to look down the barrel of Dignitas 2-0ing them. Oh, Holzerk, that's an uncharacteristic miss. Unnerved by the Batman descending from the heavens. He's a rich man whose superpower is money to buy a suit of armor for fighting people who can't afford suits of armor. But he fought Superman this time.
Look at the entry kills. Necro, he's still in the lead, but Halzerk, he is actually starting to catch up. And we said kind of in the start of this first half, Halzerk, his impact comes out when he has that AWP. But if he can't get the AWP out, if forZe keep the economy of Dignitas on lock, then you take a big, big power spike away from them. However, Halzerk, he's now got money, he's got an AWP, and, well, the damage is there. Kezi falls, instant man advantage, double down by Necro when forZe outside. It's off limits.
Ooh. A massacre. Onto a buy. Kramer, that's emotional damage. And physical damage. And fiscal damage. Really? every manner of damage that forZe could potentially
It's
conceive
just
of.
damage.
That's a lot of damage. Flex
That
tape
is a
won't
lot
fix
of
this one,
damage.
boys. What do you
I
reckon
think
is the most
forZe-
grievous medical wound that's ever been fixed with flex tape?
It's probably quite morbid. But I imagine, when you say fixed, do you mean like that'll fix, or something that will hold something together in time for you to get to a hospital?
Do you reckon, yeah, they've done like a prelim attachment thing with flex tape? Just like hold it there until we get to a hospital.
Because when if this is a bit of advice for anyone actually, if you guys ever get if you ever get impaled by something, say a window shatters near you, or you get a big shard of wood and it impales you, don't pull it out, because in pulling it out you're doing more damage yanking it out than you are it going in. So if you tape it down so it can't like wiggle about and then get to a hospital, then they'll remove it safely. What happens quite a lot, particularly in your leg, is it will hit an artery, but in doing so, it's sort of, if you say, if you pinch your finger between your index finger and your ring finger, that's sort of what happens, where it will hold the artery. It's kind of clogged by what's impaled you, but in pulling it out, you sort of just let it flow free. So don't pull it out. As someone's kindly put in the chat, don't pull out, guys.
What you should do is pull on up to our partners at Thunderpick, because you can get 100% deposit bonus during IEM Katowice from 20 euros to 200 euros by using the code Katowice22 at sign up. And I like how Evergreen was like, casters are terrible, then grrr. Grrr. These casters have activated my growl response. My attack stat has been lowered.
We've established our haters of furries. That's all we have. That's all we have to go on.
We have no appeal to furries, Kremmer. Where will our careers go from here?
We're out. Esports at the career for us. Hellzerk. Posted on ramp. Gonna try and get this advantage. And forZe, once again, their economy, it's in this sort of cycle where Dignitas, for every round they win, it almost counts as 2. Because their opponents go down to an eco, they take that easy, move to the full bite, and then try and battle that out. And in order for forZe to have their economy get shattered kind of this close to the end of the map, it's almost heartbreaking. Flashes are prime, though, to try and get some of these players onto A, but there are still mollies available, there's still smokes available. This isn't a great position to be in.
I don't think they've encountered forZe on this angle before as well. He's mostly been playing more aggressive angles outside. And in lockers. forZe might be unexpected. There's the first. The second moves on through, but forZe doesn't connect for full shot. A leg, in fact, to Zorte. Simply tries to extricate them. What is that? They turn around with a flash. The bounce and slay Kenzie. Is there anything more for forZe here? The answer is no. An upgrade to a Tech 9 to the AWP would be a good play here for forZe. As Electro waits beside the double doors. They go in different directions. So much damage taken. And everyone drops in an instant. It's down to a 2 versus 2, Kramer, but only 8 seconds remain. The bomb needs to be planted. But no one can reach it because everyone's dead. Dignitas hit 13.
Just like that. Weak position now. They need at least a bomb plant in rounds like these, just so their economy can stay afloat. You can't rely on your round loss bonus, because as you see here, I think there's just about an AWP on Zorte, but that isn't something you can rely on. In fact, no, there isn't. He's down to a deagle. You need to try and find a way to kill Halzerk. You can't do it without an AWP of your own. And once again, forZe instantly on the opening, tags down Jerry pitifully low. And while he is low on HP himself, he's already done his job this round.
forZe doesn't need eyes, he has beard senses. He can sense vibrations in the air. And Heap wraps around the back. 1 spotted, 2 spotted. There's the second. Heap grabs a double. And now control of lobby, control of bomb for the CT. So we'll give it away for a moment. Playing for a more contained default, not taking too many risks on areas of the map they certainly do not control, but they can ascertain control elsewhere. And with $200 remaining and 2 AKs in the bank, the forZe have to give this one away.
That'll be 14 for Dig, and they found their spree, Harry. I can't help but think that for the members of forZe, nothing they try has worked. Fast play outside, halzok kills them. Fast play on ramp, halzok by some miracles there as well. They try and go through Squeaky. forZe is already pre-firing it as a default in their rounds. They're going to try encroachment out away, but how will that even work?
All the modifiers, through a smoke, through a wall, through a brain pan. Lecro gets absolutely domed. Still, time might become an issue here. You need to clear the back of generator. There's a CT here. Continuous fire takes down Freiburg. And surely they don't turn this from a 2 versus 5 into a win. What a dropped ball this would be from Dignitas if it were to occur. forZe considers moving up. And Heap. Alright, the 5-7 now over to the AWP. Can forZe do it? Yes, he can! forZe, the wizard! Mustache power! Mamma mia! We've rescued the princess, baby. This was exactly the castle where she was.
We're returning home to the Mushroom Kingdom, and they're doing so with the gleam in their eyes and a spring in their step. 14-11 now, and halzok. I mean, when he's off that AWP, he can struggle, but once he's got that AWP, watch out.
Bloody hell. I mean, to be fair, forZe did a great job of turning that into a 1 versus 1. That should never have got that far. That was a monumental shitting of the bed from Dignitas to allow a 2 versus 5 to spiral that far. But forZe has once again broken the old 20-kill barrier. And on Mirage, they were hitting, what, 35? It's been a good day for Maria.
This is probably going to be a 60-kill series for halzok, which in itself is just ludicrous. With
potentially without a single
forZe,
overtime.
Without an overtime as well. forZe, this is where I like the fact we're seeing timeouts. They're kind of desperately needed. But to what avail, really? I mean, over on Mirage, it was 36 kills halzok finished the map with, boasting 125 ADR. How do you beat that?
That's
like,
a
how do
lot
you
of
beat
damage.
that if you're forZe? Yeah, and he's looking to do it again. So this time, he'll be the one going for that squeaky peak. Money down position, though. Instead, it's Jerry's trying to attempt first blood. Just once again, no kill has been converted.
Sneaky beaky, squeaky peaky. Alas, no one's going to give it a poke. Can't say sneaky beaky without slipping into the oceanic. Dimmy. forZe is feeling confident, man. Walk, look, and shoot, and someone may... Okay. A touch of luck here for forZe. A timing avoided, and potentially secret here. Occupied. Oh no, the luck's run out, Kremmer. The luck's run out! Kenzie's so low. Combined fire does not take Kenzie's life, but already the damage is done. And now the player on ramp will note the incoming T side. Heap elsewhere has taken out Jerry. Oh, Dignitas are so close to match point, and remember there's no money for forZe. Zorte and Shalfie. They have to try and rescue something. Kenzie's still alive. Where's he? Out here and outside. Will descend into secret. The bomb is in the hands of forZe, caressing it in his beard. The optimal place to hide a bomb, but I'm afraid it just makes you easier to headshot. That big beeping light shows me exactly where your head is, mate. 2 versus 2. Dignitas have once again lost out on a man advantage. Kenzie going for the plant. The covering fire coming on through. A squeaky door from Freiburg reveals their position, but they do not know about Lecro. Shalfie falls on down. Now they can double swing, but there's no need, Kremmer. No need at all. forZe. They can't handle the 2 versus 2, and again, when it comes to the clutch, Dignitas are stronger.
Look at forZe's money, Harry. Just to look at it. The bomb plant will help. The loss bonus will help. But I don't think they have enough for an AWP. Unless we see a glass cannon potentially on Kenzie and Norway. But that in itself could be a death wish. Dignitas looking as strong as ever. And while it took them a while to warm to their theme, once they have warmed, it went from smouldering ashes to a blazing inferno. All led by halzok. Look at the comparison with Zorte here. halzok, he is just playing out of his mind
Please
right
like
now.
and subscribe to the channel.
Not too bad at all. Bear in mind that forZe XT side was a little bit slow. Had a couple of AWP kills. But I think they walked out of that with 8 or 9 kills out of that first 15 rounds. Oh, that's some good lineups there onto forZe. Jumps for joy at their new role of being a bullet sponge. Congrats on the promotion, man. Freiburg promoted to Premier Corps, courtesy of Jerry.
Jerry inviting them into a duel with him. There's not too much utility on Dignitas, all things considered, so they can't risk going for anything too aggressive, but Shalfie almost burns alive there. This damage is going to start stacking up, but I think Dignitas, they know that.
I mean, they couldn't extinguish it. They only had one smoke left, and they needed it to try and get onto this site. Jerry, once again. It's been a quiet game, but now they can try to rescue this. Heap lies in wait!
Oh,
and where heap coils and springs,
my God!
they put forZe in the grave. Russian winter has come, but it does not phase the Scandinavians. We were born of the snow. We were born of the cold. I've got ice in my veins. And while Kenzie may be capable of a 1 versus 3, Dignitas may stand over the cliffs of victory, and only 19 seconds remain. If they play this smart, they can practically guarantee victory and guarantee the playoffs. Kenzie with a move that they must make. 10 seconds counting down. The first point of contact will fall. The second simply runs away. They know that Kenzie cannot plant, and so the coolest mistress of all will take this series away from forZe in a 2-0 to Dignitas.
Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please like and subscribe to the channel.